Alright, I hope you enjoyed that trippy little edit that I made. And if you want to recreate something similar, then I'm going to take you through the entire process. I'm going to start with a brand new idea though, so the video we'll end up with is going to be completely different than what you've just seen. But the idea behind it is to recreate or, get something with this psychedelic feel to it, this trippy vibe, lots of exploding vibrant colors. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. You might have guessed it by now, but the entire video you saw at the beginning was AI generated. And the website we will be using for this is OpenArt. I will link this in the description below. If you sign up to this website, you get some free credits to play around with. However, these are quite limited, especially when it comes to video generation. You're going to find yourself upgrading to a paid account rather quickly. They start at quite cheap actually, and honestly this month it's been the best money I've spent so far. I've been having so much fun on this platform. There's so many things you can play around with. I'm just going to focus however on recreating the videos that you've seen in the beginning, so let's start with that. And let's start by generating an image first. So right here on the left hand side, navigate to image. And you'll find yourself on a page which looks similar as this one. Don't pay any attention to this entire section here. These are generations that I've already made. All of these you might recognize from the introduction video that you saw. But we're going to be focusing on this section right here. Let's start by selecting a model or character. Once you click this button, you'll find this wide variety of options right here. And this might look a bit overwhelming if you're not familiar with OpenArt. At the same time, it's also what makes OpenArt so popular. It's because they're not a standalone option. What OpenArt does, it has its APIs connected to all of these different image and video generation platforms that are listed here. We've got Google Nano Banana, we've got OpenAI's GPT image, we've got Flux. Like all of these are the most popular image generation tools out there, or models that are out there. So rather than having to create an account on each one of these individually, we're able to use them all within this platform, within OpenArt. I'm going to stick with what I know for the sake of this video. The fun part obviously is to play around with all of these different models and see what works best for you. But I have not done that. I only know Flux context. I've only tried a couple of these. And I also know that Pixel Wave, for what I like to create at least, seems to work well. So I'm going to try and start with Flux context for this one. Let's click that. And next we're going to need to fill in a prompt. This can be as simple or as descriptive as you want it to be. It's going to be lots of trial and error as well. And same will be with these video generations. Sometimes you will get a generation that just works perfectly. Other times you get something that looks absolutely nothing like what you had imagined. And I'm going to give you a quick tip with this as well. You can use ChatGPT to help you with this stuff. So I have it open right here. This is what you would prompt ChatGPT in this case. So I want to generate an image using and enter your model here. In this case, the Flux Context Pro model. Give me a prompt that would work to create an image taken from the POV of a motorcycle that is riding in dense traffic through a city with lots of different vibrant colors. Now, actually, this part of the prompt would already be enough in some cases. Let's see what ChatGPT comes up with. Now, this prompt right here is already a lot more descriptive. That doesn't necessarily mean it's better though. I'm going to try both of these, so the simple one and then this enhanced ChatGPT one. It also gives some style suggestions you can use. But yeah, let's start with the simple one right here. I'm going to paste this in. So POV of a motorcycle that is riding in dense traffic through a city with lots of vibrant colors. We're gonna need all of these colors for creating these psychedelic trip videos. It's gonna provide for a better overlap when generating our video. I'm not gonna touch this right here, and the size, for my case, I want to make this into a YouTube video, so I'm gonna choose widescreen. And I'm not gonna touch any of the advanced settings here. Yeah, again, you have a lot of creative flexibility, a lot of options. I have not played around enough to give you all of the exact details. It's trial and error. So let's create this here, and let's also go and take this very enhanced prompt that we have and do the same thing. This already looks nothing like what I had in mind. Let's use the more descriptive prompt in this case. And this is already something. So yeah, it does matter, obviously. I really want this neon, vibrant color vibes. This is just like a normal POV of a motorcycle, which also looks very strange. And that's the thing, you never know what you're gonna get with this stuff. This is actually pretty cool. The arms look a bit weird or fake. But this I really like. I really like this one. And I think I'm gonna go further with, this one also looks nice. I think I'm gonna go with this one, although I don't really see the hands on this one properly. In fact, let me make a few more generations, and I'm gonna use a different model as well. Let me make 2 more with Flux context, and let me go to the pixel wave model, and I'm just gonna use the same prompt. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, that's the thing, right? If you change models, I've made this mistake plenty of times. You're gonna have to change your output size as well. So in this case, landscape, and let me create this again. With the pixel wave model, below here, it tells you how many credits it will cost you to generate this. This will obviously depend on the amount of images you generate. Automatically, it's set to 2. If you want to save some credits, you can set this to 1. But honestly, like, generating images is not going to cost you a lot of credits. This also looks really nice. But it's not the size that I want it to be. Or the format at least. This looks great, although this is kind of weird. The car kind of is on the wrong side of the street there. This looks cool as well. Although this motorcycle is driving towards incoming traffic, I'm just going to stick with this one, I think. This one looks pretty cool. So what you can do now is you can use this image right here and select image to video, which will bring you straight to the video section right here. And also, same as with the images, you have a lot of different options to play around with, a lot of different video models. We even have VO3 here, which is awesome because this is not available in Europe. But thanks to OpenArt, it is actually available for me as well. We've got Kling, we've got C-Dance, we've got VO2 as well, like a lot of options here. I really like Kling 2.5, and it also isn't very expensive when it comes to prompting or when it comes to creating these. Only 100 credits for a video. This is not a lot. For video generation, there are, for example, VO3 here. The quality is a lot different and you can do so much more with VO3, obviously, but that's also going to reflect in the amount of credits that will be charged. So I'm going to stick with, again, with what I know. I know I like Kling 2.5. And the prompt I'm going to keep pretty simple here. Motor riding on highway while the surroundings dissolve into a psychedelic trip with a lot of different flashy colors, pulsating as well. What else can we use? Exploding colors, something like this. All right, I'm gonna set the duration to 5 seconds, and quality, I'm actually gonna use the cheaper one because I will be upscaling them later. However, you can go for, this is just 20 credits extra. I have a video upscaler myself, so I will be using that one later. Let's see here. All right, let's try. Let's create one. This is gonna take a bit longer than the images, obviously. Actually, I'm already going to change this around a little bit and just remove this section and make another one. Right, we've got 2 generations ready now. Let's see here. Yeah, this is like exactly the type of thing that I want to create. The only weird thing is the fact that at the end, the motorcycle kind of reappears, which is kind of strange, but it could work. Actually, it could work. I don't know. Let's look at the other option. I also like this one. Decisions. This looks kind of weird. Let me actually grab the frame to video here. So on these, on the videos that we've generated, when you click them, you can use this right here, grab frame to video, and then you can grab the last frame. This is important because with this last frame, we're going to generate the next part of our video so that it creates this, so that we can like easily transition into a longer video. I'm going to use the same prompt as well. No, actually I'm not. I'm just going to say motor riding while the surroundings dissolve into a psychedelic trip. All right, let's keep it at that. And let's go back to Kling 2.5 actually for this. Set this to standard as well. And let's generate from here. All right, this generation is done. This took about 100 seconds. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, it looks weird. I'm not entirely happy with it, but for the sake of keeping this video somewhat concise, I'm just gonna go with it. Like, obviously the fun is to play around with this stuff and try something until you find something that works. Even though I'm not entirely happy, I'm just gonna see and keep going from here, see what we come up with. I think I'm gonna generate 2 more clips after this. I'm going to use the same prompt, motor riding while world dissolves into a psychedelic trip, exploding colors, vibrant and flashy colors. Okay, let's do this again. And once again, let's take a look at the result here. Yeah, this looks cool. This I like. Once again, let's grab the last frame. And actually, I'm going to use some inspiration from previous videos that I've generated. Let's see here. Yep, I'm going to use this one. The surroundings dissolve into a psychedelic trip with a lot of different flashy and exploding colors, surreal landscape. And our next generation is also finished. Let's take a look. And this looks really nice as well. Let's create 2 more videos so that we end up with a 30-second clip. I'm going to grab the last frame. And while the previous video was generating, I kind of changed the prompt a little bit. The surroundings further dissolve with a lot of vibrant exploding colors, lava explosion. Once again, I'm no expert in prompting, so I'm just kind of trying some things as well right now. And this video has also been generated. Let's take a look. Okay, this looks really cool, but the issue is it's suddenly going backwards. So all of these were moving forward and this one is moving backwards. So that's going to be a bit of an issue. I probably will be able to reverse this somehow, but I'd rather just keep it simple and try this again. Let's change the prompt a little bit. The surroundings further dissolve with a lot of vibrant exploding colors. The camera moves forward in a fast pace while the surroundings... Let's try this. All right, let's take a look. It's definitely moving forward. That's a good thing. And yeah, this looks nice. Let's grab the last frame again. And this will be our final video. And the only thing though is we've lost a lot of the vibrant colors, but I'm not going to focus too much on that. I'm just going to go with what I have right now and maybe just keep the same prompt as well. Let's create, and this will be our final video. And our last video is finished as well. Let's take a look here. Holy shit, okay. This looks actually really epic. I really like this. It's absolutely not what I prompted, but I think this is a great ending to this video. Alright, the next step is optional, although I highly recommend it if you want to make a high quality video. And you're able to do this within OpenArt itself and navigate to the Video Upscale tab here. What we can do is just go to our history and select the clips that we want to upgrade. We can choose a resolution, for example 4K. This is going to cost quite a bit of credits though, so keep that in mind. 2K resolution right now is 150 credits. I am not going to use this within OpenArt. I have a different tool for this called Topaz Video. So I feel like I will just be wasting credits if I do it within OpenArt. But obviously you're free to do whatever you want. I will link Topaz Video in the description, but keep in mind it's not a free tool either. It's a popular tool for upscaling images and videos and whatever, but it's not free. And obviously if you have an OpenArt subscription, you might as well use this. Just for the sake of this video and to show you what an upscaled video looks like, these are the results I'm getting from Topaz Video AI. I've used 4K resolution at 60 FPS. Let's look at the original clip first, which I have right here. The quality, honestly, it doesn't look that bad if we look at it like this. However, if we put the upscaled version next to that, or I'll show you this one right here. This is the upscaled version. There's definitely a difference. The colors are a lot more vibrant. The quality does seem to be improved quite a bit. It's completely up to you if you want to use an upscaler or not. Depends on what you will do with these videos in the end, of course. But yeah, I just wanted to show you an example here. Once we have all of our clips and they're either upscaled or not, we can start putting everything together. For this, I will be using CapCut myself. Like obviously use the tool that you prefer. There's a lot of free video editors out there. In fact, CapCut is free to use as well. Once you start using certain features, you'll have to upgrade to the Pro version, but you can do quite a bit for free on this tool right here. I'm going to create a new project and I will be importing all of the clips that we've just generated, all of the upscaled ones right here. I'm going to put these in and I'm going to drag these on the timeline. When it comes to inserting a song, I'm also going to give you this website right here. It's called udio.com. I will also link to this. You will, when you get an account on this, you have some free credits to play around with. In fact, you get, I believe, 10 daily credits and 100 monthly credits. If you're just making instrumental music and you can, describe your style, you can do whatever it is you want in here, you can experiment a bit with this. If you're doing the instrumental one, so no lyrics, it just costs 1 single credit. So each day you can actually generate up to 10 songs for free. And yeah, you can use these. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not going to go too much into that. I might in a future video. For now though, I am just going to use the same song of the video that we've had in the beginning. And in fact, this is one of CapCut. It's called Trance, this one right here. And let's take a look at what we have so far. Already here I'm seeing a bit of an issue where the motorcycle is suddenly slowing down a lot, so the speed doesn't entirely match the video. We can fix that within CapCut itself. So I think it's around this part right here. What you can do is you can split a clip by doing this, and you can then adjust the speed manually. I'm gonna bump this up to, I think, 150 or something, and let's see. Yeah, that's already a lot smoother. This also slows down significantly. Let's also put this at 150. Let's see what we ended up with here. I made some further manual adjustments, mostly just changing the speed around a bit. It's not entirely perfect yet, but yeah, let's have a watch here. All right, so full disclosure, I'm not really happy with this end result. There's a lot of strange, funky things going on. The motorcycle disappearing, reappearing again, then making this weird little wobble. The transition is sort of okay, but yeah, the whole clip in general doesn't make a lot of sense. We've kind of lost this trippy feel to it as well, this psychedelic vibe I was going for. And I will put some prompts in the description of this video that will help you to keep this consistent feel of this trippy or psychedelic feel that we intended to create. But you get the idea, all right? It's just a lot of trial and error and to see what works and doesn't. I would suggest staying more within the same vibe that you start off with, rather than it just starting on a highway and ending with some weird dragon. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been having so much fun with this stuff, and it's really a lot of fun to play around with. I'm going to be posting more videos when it comes to these AI video generations. I have a lot of ideas, so if you're interested in that, consider subscribing. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you in the next video. Cheers.